Singer, songwriter, composer, musician, Sir Paul McCartney can rightly claim to be a music legend. Tonight, in a Sunday night exclusive, he talks with a frankness that may surprise you about the highs and lows of his life, his music, his wives, and the Beatles. Here's Ross Coulthard.
The city never has witnessed the excitement stirred by these youngsters from Liverpool.
There's been nothing like it in the world of entertainment before, and I don't think there ever will be again.
One, two, three, 1, 2, 3.
You know what happens when you write songs? Some of them pop out really easily. Some of them are easy births.
Oh, I believe in yesterday.
Yesterday, Paul McCartney was in the world's biggest and most popular band.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Beatles.
Another girl's fainted.
So, Paul, thanks very much for talking to Sunday Night. You've got nothing to prove. You've done it all. You've got a lovely family, a beautiful wife. Why don't you just retire, put your slippers on and leave it all to Justin Bieber?
Because if I retired, I'd be writing songs the very next day and I'd be ringing a promoter up and saying, can you get me a gig? I love it too much.
It's in your blood.
In truth, I'm actually doing as well or better than ever. Now, I'm enjoying it as much or more.
I'll pretend that I'm kissing the lips I'm missing and hope that my dreams will.
Is it correct that it was your mum's tragic death that urged you more into music, that you used music as a retreat?
You know, I think now that probably had a lot to do with it. At the time, I didn't think of it like that. It was just a tragedy. She died when I was about 14. But I think when you start to put the pieces together, music became a very important escape, somewhere where I could find hope.
Anytime you feel the pain, hey Jude, refrain. Don't carry the world upon your shoulder.
And then when I met John, he'd lost his mum. So we had that as a bond. And so I think it helped to get us both out of these tragic circumstances.
We've thought about it, and probably the thing that John and I will do will be write songs as we have been doing as a sort of sideline now. We'll probably develop that a bit more, we hope. Who knows, at 40 we may not know how to write songs anymore.
This is being brought to you exclusively by Channel 7 cameras, and we have never seen anything like this in the history of this country. This is absolutely fantastic. There are 80, 90, 100, 200 second places. Another girl's fainted.
Do you remember the Beatles tour, the first Beatles tour of Australia?
Oh, yeah.
The crowd's broken the barriers. Oh, yeah, that's hysteria. And the fans are going really mad. Here they go.
A third of the state of South Australia turned up to welcome you blokes. It's amazing.
I look at pictures of it now and I think, was that me?
Girls are crying, everyone's screaming, we want the Beatles.
Was I really there? You know, you look at us on the balcony and all these people.
Here come the Beatles.
It's great memories for me. I mean, I love Australia. In Liverpool, half the relatives either went to Australia or Canada, where you know that, lousy Poms. But I think, you know, outside of all the joking, I think Australians and British have got often quite an affection for each other.
It was a very nice place, you know, Australia.
What have you liked most of all here?
I don't know, really. You know, the people were marvellous. The girls, fantastic. Love those girls.
Safe trip home.
Thanks very much. And get your hand off my knee.
You say yes, I say no. You say stop, and I say go, go, go.
The biggest band the world had ever seen relentlessly reinvented itself.
Waiting for the van to come. Corporation t-shirt, stupid bloody Tuesday man. You've been a naughty boy and let your face grow long. I am the Eggman. They are the Eggmen. I am the walrus.
They had 23 number one hits in Australia. By the end of the 60s, the Beatles, while still growing musically, were growing apart. For Paul, the breaking point came when John's wife Yoko introduced an American business manager.
A lot of very cruel things were said on both sides when the Beatles split up.
Yeah.
But you did reconcile with John, didn't you?
Yeah.
How important was that for you?
It was very important, yeah. The Beatles breakup was basically a business thing. We'd earned all this money, all this fortune, imagine it in a big jar, and someone was going to just come along and nick it. Basically, that's what was about to happen. So I had to fight. I had to fight to save this. Now, all the guys involved and their wives, they will say, thank you, you saved it, you know. But it was very painful, and we had to go through all of that stuff. But it worked out, you know.
The last bachelor Beatle was no longer a bachelor. Paul McCartney married New Yorker Linda Eastman. He'd gone and been and done it at Marylebone Register Office.
Paul's successes after the Beatles as a solo artist, and with his wife Linda in the band Wings.
Mr. McCartney and Mrs. McCartney, how do you do? Mr. McCartney, I was standing next to him.
Were often overshadowed by tragedy.
And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me.
John Lennon was murdered in New York in 1980. In 1998, Linda died of breast cancer. Then 3 years later, fellow Beatle George Harrison also died of cancer.
They often say to be a good artist you have to suffer.
Yeah, I know people say that. I'm not sure. I think, you know, if you could choose, you'd want a life without those tragedies, because nobody wants that. But seeing as you can't choose, I think what happens is it makes you stronger. You have to get over that or go under. That may then mean that when you translate that into your music, then that's stronger too.
And she was right. This love of mine, my Valentine.
My Valentine, talking about family and talking about people that you love, it's an ode to the new woman in your life.
Yeah.
How did she react when you sang it to her for the first time?
She loved it. She loved it. She likes her music. And yeah, no, she loved it, you know. It was our first dance at our wedding and stuff. So, and it's quite emotional. Obviously, it's an emotional song for both of us. But she's cool, you know. She loves it quietly.
And I will love her.
His marriage last year to 51-year-old American heiress Nancy Chevelle seems to have made Sir Paul happy for the first time in a long time.
I'm feeling married.
Is she a similar person to Linda? Are they both strong women?
Yeah, there are some. So they have quite a few little things in common, actually. They're both from New York. They're both strong women. They're both very independent. And there are all sorts of other little links too. So she is a bit similar. She won't want me talking about her, though.
No, that's fine.
She wants to keep private.
I hope you don't mind me mentioning this, and please tell me if this isn't correct, but Nancy's had breast cancer as well, hasn't she? And your mum and Linda. I mean, you've had 3 women in your life who've suffered breast cancer. It's quite an extraordinary coincidence, isn't it?
Tell me about it. Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, that's true. What can I say?
We're very happy, and we'll get married sometime next year.
Could another song on his new album be a dig at second wife Heather Mills? Their divorce was bitter, famously bitter.
Use me for a tool. Go get yourself another fool.
Another one of the songs is Get Yourself Another Fool. And the conspiracy theorists, you know what they're going to say, don't you? They're going to analyse that and suggest that it's a reference to your breakup with him.
Yeah.
Is it?
No, I actually just liked the song. I was trying to do a couple of songs on the album that had a bluesy feel. Now, obviously, all bluesy things are going to be like that. Get yourself another fool. You done me wrong, woman. That's the essence of the blues. But I must admit, since I thought people are going to think that's why I did it, I didn't do it for that reason, I must say.
A lot of kisses on
The new album includes songs with Stevie Wonder and Eric Clapton. There are McCartney originals as well as fresh takes on timeless classics.
Don't mess with Mr. In Between.
Sir Paul getting as much joy making music now as he did yesterday.
Down to the
Well, Sir Paul, a lot of men will be watching you right now thinking they hope they look like you when they're about to turn 70, because I think this is the big 7-0 this year for you, isn't it? Congratulations on the new album.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for talking to Sunday Night.
Cheers.
Yes! It's great to see he's still so enthusiastic, isn't it? Paul's new album is out now. More details on our website. Back in a moment.